Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
That was a big-time win, a big-time win. The Flyers actually won in regulation? What? I forgot what that was like. I forgot what a regulation win felt like. But what was so great about this game? I'll tell you. Claude Giroux got 4 points. That's right, Claude Giroux, the captain, had 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists. Morgan Frost stepped up big time, had a multi-point night and a blistering shot off of a face-off. He has sparked this team. The Young Guns have sparked this team all season long to this point, and it's so special to watch. It's so entertaining. And one thing I tweeted out after this game, remember when Flyers fans, they were so disgusted when Braden Shen got traded? Well, they didn't realize how powerful Morgan Frost would be in the future. They didn't realize with that first-round pick they received as well that they would draft Joel Farabee. I believe, now both teams won. I believe both teams won, but the Flyers are really, really fortunate to get those 2 players in return. The Flyers are set up for the future. And listen, the St. Louis Blues won a Stanley Cup with Braden Shen, so both teams can totally win a trade. But from a Flyers fan's perspective, I am so intrigued by these 2 kids moving forward. Before we dive more into this game, we all know by now that there is a promo code that you can use out there when buying tickets that will save you $20 at SeatGeek's checkout page. And that promo code is BROADS. It's a no-brainer to use. You get to be entertained by going to the event, go down to the stadium. You get to use that money on parking, beer, food. Come on, no-brainer. Promo code BROADS. Use it today. So the first 10 minutes in this game was really bad. The Flyers looked awful. They looked lost. Aho scores. Teravainen scores. 2-0 lead. Teravainen's goal was actually on the power play. Brian Elliot did not look sharp. The puck's hitting him in the shoulder and still finding ways to squeak through. He looked horrendous early on, but I got to give him credit because from that point on, he was solid. He was smooth. He made timely saves. I wouldn't say it was his greatest night in the world by any means, but he fought through adversity because early in that game, it got so bad, and I almost flipped the channel thinking the Flyers were going to get abused. It looked that bad early on, but I stuck with them. I continued to grind through the whole game, and I'm very happy that I did. Because Travis Konecny kind of helped me calm down a bit. He had a filthy play as he's going behind the net. He drops it behind him and Claude Giroux puts it in. It was a really beautiful play. The goaltender's trying to go post to post, right? But when the puck goes behind him like that, it's such a tough play to make. Because if he is going to stay short side, well then if TK kept going around, he would have an easy wraparound. It's a tough decision to make as a goaltender. It's a common play nowadays. But, you know, I don't blame the netminder. It was just a really good play by Travis Konecny and Claude Giroux. Then the Flyers get a power play. And Provorov with a blistering shot finds its way through. JVR with the screen, and Claude Giroux and Travis Konecny get the assist on that goal. So it was tied 2-2 going into the second period. Now, on that Travis Konecny and Claude Giroux goal, the first one to make it 2-1, it was 4-on-4 because Jake Voracek took a penalty. Voracek, he was struggling. I mean, really, he's getting unsportsmanlike penalties. He looked very frustrated. His body language, you can tell he is annoyed and bothered with how everything is going so far. Alain Vigneault was not afraid to call out his veteran leaders. He called out Kevin Hayes, Voracek, Claude Giroux. Said, listen, I love them as a person, but I need more from them as hockey players. They get paid a lot of money. It's so great hearing a coach be honest. We've been stuck with Gabe Kapler in this city for so many damn years, and it feels like so many damn years. It really wasn't at all, but we've been stuck with him trying to sell us positivity. Alain Vigneault comes out and pretty much tells you how it is. We need more. I respect them as people. We need more. And you can see that Jake Voracek is obviously lost right now mentally. But in the second period, short-handed Claude Giroux wins a draw. It goes right back to Morgan Frost to the right of him. They had this play set up without a doubt. And just a great shot. One times it. Morgan Frost scores his second goal in his second game. Now, I didn't have the opportunity, sadly, to watch the last game against the Panthers where they fell, but Morgan Frost made his debut. I didn't get the opportunity to sit down and enjoy the whole game. I recorded it after and watched after, but it's not the same thing. I didn't get the same vibe because I knew what happened. I was just watching the game to see it, but I knew the outcome. But Morgan Frost has really made an impact in his speed and his energy to get thrown on with Claude like that. And think about it. Shorthanded, he's getting thrown minutes with Claude Giroux. I mean, these are big-time moments for a rookie to get thrown in there. Not just a rookie, a guy in his second NHL game, and he's making the most of it by scoring a goal off the faceoff. So 3-2 Flyers going into the third. Sadly, there was a turnover, defensive zone, Walmart scores, backdoor one-timer, 3-3. Phil Myers was out there. He tries to make this pass. It kind of hops over a stick, and it was a nightmare from there. But listen, if you're going to make a pass like that in the slot in your defensive zone, you got to make sure 100% it will find your center or it will find your winger. You can't have a bouncing puck like that and throw a pizza delivery right up the middle. The other teams in this league are going to execute. So how about this? It's tied 3-3. Giroux sitting in the slot, stick down, just putting his stick in the right place. Morgan Frost with a beautiful assist. Travis Konecny gets the other assist. 4-3, Flyers take the lead, and then Kevin Hayes with an empty netter sends it down full ice. So I know Kevin Hayes got on the score sheet because of an empty net, and it was just sent full throttle down the ice. But this kid needs to get going. He needs to find a way to get on the score sheet, and maybe something so silly like an empty net goal will be just that. But as for Claude Giroux, this was the type of game he needed. 4 points. He's been struggling. I don't think he's been playing as bad as his point production shows. I think he's playing better than how many points he has because he's doing the little things right, and he thrived playing left wing in the past. We're moving him back to center, and he's moving around as Alain Vigneault is throwing different lineups all around. But listen, a 4-point night is huge, and I can see this specifically being something to get Claude going. For Kevin Hayes, you're hoping an empty net goal will help him push him in the right direction. But for Claude Giroux to get 4 points in a way like this, yeah, I can see this totally working out for him if he's going to continue to play with Morgan Frost. What? Hear me right now. Please listen to me right now. Morgan Frost, Joel Farabee, Oscar Lindblom, Travis Konecny, Ivan Provorov. I know Carter Hart didn't play, but Carter Hart. These are the players of the future. And they are stepping up. They are the reason why this team is succeeding right now. Sean Couturier, dude plays his 600th game. He's so young, mid-20s, 600 games already. Wow, just wow. Shane Gostisbehere, oof. Things are not looking good. He won't be here in Philly forever. I'll tell you that for free. I think the Flyers are going to try and move him as quick as possible. It's just not working out here. Now, I find that interesting. Looking at his time on the ice, here's the thing with Alain Vigneault that he did that I'm not a big fan of. 11 forward, 7D. He did that because he was trying to get the veterans on the ice more with the less forward. Well, because Shane Gostisbehere didn't have his greatest performance in the world, it somewhat worked out defensively, but there's something to be said about having set line mates and going out with the same people every time. Alain Vigneault is known to mix up the lineup left and right every single shift. You're going out with new people. I think that there needs to be structure involved. Personally, when I play defense, if there were 7D dressed, it sucks. You're going out with a different line mate. Things are not rotating the smoothest. I hated it. And even with forwards, yes, there's a set of wings and then some centers that roll through and whatnot. Or, you never know what's going to get thrown out there with Vigneault behind the bench. I like 12-6. I think that makes the most sense. And maybe moving forward they will do that. I have seen moments where 11-7 is what is used, but I just don't understand it. I can't comprehend it. It makes more sense to have 12-6 when you're putting out a lineup for the night. There's a heavy stretch coming up for the Flyers. A lot of games in a little bit of time. Calgary comes to town Saturday afternoon. Now, Calgary has been struggling big time. There's the rumors with Johnny Gaudreau that maybe the Flyers might sneak in there because they need some sort of goal scoring and some sort of spark. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, of course, and I don't think the Calgary Flames are going to give up on him and sell him at a low price because that doesn't make sense. The Flames as a whole are just really not playing good hockey. They're struggling. It's not just Johnny Gaudreau who's not finding ways to produce. It's the entire team. A struggling squad coming to the Wells Fargo Center where the Flyers play their best hockey. I smell something good coming on Saturday afternoon. That's all I'm trying to say. It hasn't been the prettiest stretch of hockey, but what I liked is Claude Giroux got going. If there's one thing to take away from this, it's Claude Giroux got going, and Morgan Frost created even more spark than what Joel Farabee brought. Now, I'm not saying what Joel Farabee brought wasn't fantastic. This is what I'm saying. Joel Farabee brought this much spark, and Morgan Frost brought this much spark. So together, it's like this, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It does in my head. That's all that matters. Provorov. That's something else that's standing out to me. Throughout the season so far, there have been a couple games where you see a weaker performance by Ivan Provorov, but big picture, he's been fantastic. There are a couple I can nitpick at where he wasn't his strongest, but overall, Ivan Provorov has clearly bounced back from last season and the Dave Hackstall era of Flyers hockey. It was sickening just to hear that name come out of my mouth once again. The penalty kill. The penalty kill did a good job. You had the Hurricanes score on the power play, but it was a shot that should have been saved by Elliot where it hits his shoulder and finds a way to squeak through. It wasn't anything really poor, I would say, out of the Flyers' penalty kill. It was just a shot that realistically should have been saved. But in 5 opportunities, they killed 4 of those. The Hurricanes are a nasty team up front. They have a ton of talent. The squad is really good, actually. So to keep them off of the scoreboard, for the most part, I know they scored the 1 on the power play, but to keep them off of the score sheet with the power play, besides the one fluky one, it's impressive. And the special teams have been a difference maker with this team. We've seen this team be at the bottom of the league, it seems, year after year with special teams. We finally have something going, and I got to give credit to the assistant coaches for that because they take control of it. They make it work. They make it happen. The whole Ian LaPerriere thing, it didn't work out. I respect him for blocking a shot with his face when the Flyers were up a bunch of goals in the playoffs against the Devils. But I need to see success with my special teams here with the Fly guys, and he wasn't doing that. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.